everybody, Tasha with Stardust Gold Crochet. Today I'm going to teach you a few techniques in Mosaic Crochet for changing colors, and this is a part of the Easter Wubbie crochet along, and this pattern will be available for the crochet along and throughout. And right now it's about the size of a little Wubbie, but we're going to go over a few things on how to change colors mid-row, because this particular pattern I'm going to show you right here has a little bit of changing colors mid-row, and I'm using two different colors. So I created a few little balls just like this because there's not that many stitches in the actual pattern itself of the tulip part of this. So what I did was created these little balls, and I'm just kind of setting them off to the side, but you can put them on bobbins if you want, if it makes it easier for you, but it's such a small amount. So if you haven't heard of the crochet along, you can go over to my blog and find all the information about it. It's called the Easter Wubbie Crochet Along. Wubbie is in like W-U-B-B-I-E. Wubbie, you know, like you carry around when you're a kid. And if you want to join the crochet along, I'm using I Love This Cotton, but you can use any cotton yarn you want. I like to make cotton or use cotton for children's items because it's just soft and less toxic and just higher frequency. The materials for this pattern, I'm using a finishing needle, scissors. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook, Susan Bates, because I like the way that the top looks, and then also some stitch markers. When you start out the pattern, each block, I usually mark the very last stitch of each repeat so that I know exactly where I'm picking up, because it's just a lot easier that way. So I'll mark, like this repeat I believe is 20 stitches, almost 19 or 20 stitches for each. So you can see I've marked it here and here. Actually, this one is 40. I think it's a 40 stitch, which is pretty long repeat, but it really does help. It helps you, it helps keep track of everything. I wanted to show you guys what I did for the bunny section, because there is a bunny section in this. I used 4 different yarn colors, plus the white, plus the green. But see, there was one caveat. I used I Love This Cotton throughout, but for some reason, they did not have a green that I wanted. And these are the colors that I chose for the bunnies and the rest of it, like the pink and the blue. Let me get the blue. Okay, so these are the colors that I used for my blanket in the crochet along. And I also used a kind of oddball from a different, not even cotton, different one, because I liked the green. So if you have another cotton that you like the green better, I Love This Cotton didn't have the kind of green I wanted. But if you want, you can use this one. This one is Yarnsmith's Create, and it's actually a 3-weight yarn, but it works well with this pattern. And it is, I'll put the numbers and everything in the blog post, but I used that green because I just liked the way it looked better. But these are the colors you can use to create the different peep bunnies and also the different tulips. So for the blue, it's aqua. Then we've got white. For the purple, it's called orchid. For the pink, it's called pink. And then of course, white again. So those are the colors oh, and the yellow. I forgot the yellow. There we go. That makes it complete. So the yellow too. And this one I believe is called Canary. But like I said, I will put all of this into the blog post, and you'll be able to have all of the colors. So I did this pattern for the Colorwork Club exclusively, and this one, but I'm using the aspect of this for the blanket, for the crochet along, which is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get it started. Really hope this video helps, and spread the word on the crochet along if you want to join. And this is going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. And this video will also just help you in general. I also have other mosaic crochet tutorials, and I'll put those around here somewhere. So if you want to learn from the beginning on how to do mosaic crochet in the first place, and then you can work your way up to doing these color changes, which it does take a little bit of skill and practice, but once you practice, you get much better at it. So spread the word. Hopefully you guys will. So right now we're about to start on row 14, and I've already done all the grass, and you can see I've done a little bit of the pink tulip part here. And what I'm doing is bringing it up as I go. So I'm not actually carrying that pink or the yellow through in the tulips. But for this particular row, as you can see from the video here, that there is another piece of grass that goes up, and we're going to need to put that piece of grass in there. So I am going to carry the green through on this row again as well. So the main color we're using is this green, and I'm going to start this row 14 off with the green by doing my beginning border stitch. And if you're familiar or not familiar with Mosaic Crochet, the beginning border stitch is done inside this very first stitch, and I just kind of hook it like that. Add your yarn, pull it through. Sometimes it falls off the hook. No biggie, just pull it through. And I'm going to work in this tail into the fabric as I'm working down, so I don't have to weave in any tails on it. We're going to chain one first, and then I'm going to go back through that same stitch, and I'm going to go around the tail, grab it, and I'm going to complete my single crochet and then pull this tight. So that's our beginning border stitch. It doesn't really count in the stitch count itself. And on this row, we have back loop only single crochets for the first 1, 2, and then we have 3. But then we switch to yellow because yellow is our next color up. We only have 3 of these, and then we're doing the tulip color. So I'm going to grab my yellow. I'm going to leave a couple inches for a tail. And then I'm going to go back through here like this. I'm going to attach my yellow here, and then I'm going to pull it through. And I'm also going to carry that yellow through because I want to wrap it in there. So I'm going to not only carry the 2 tails, but I'm also going to carry what's coming off of my ball. And you can pull this out now if you'd like. I know it looks really confusing, but sometimes people wait to pull that out either way because it can make it a little bit loose. So I'm going to have 3 actually carrying through right now. And I'm going to work 2 back loop only single crochets. I need more of a tail on that yellow, just a little bit more, because it doesn't seem to want to go through very well. So I'm going to do 2 back loop only single crochets. That's 1. Oh, that's loud. And then 2. And for the center of the tulip, I'm dropping down into the top of the green stitch. So I'm going to anchor my stitch, and the way I do that is I put it through the back loop only. I'm still wrapping around all those tails. I'm going to bring it up. Then I'm going to yarn over and go down through. I usually work through 2 because it makes a more solid pattern. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2, and then I'm yarning over and pulling through all 3. And that makes my drop down double crochet. And it has the top of a half double crochet, you know, the same 3 loops. And then we're going to work 2 more back loop only single crochets. And then we switch back to green for the next 3. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit, push this back through. I'm going to drop this yellow entirely, and I'm going to pull this up and keep working around the 2 tails. And so I'm going to carry through my yarn like that. Pull all this a little bit tight because you don't want it to get too loose on the back side right there. And now I'm going to do 3 front loop only, back loop only single crochets. And then I'm going to pull that down now too, to get that other loop out of there. So we have 3. I'm going to pull that out because we're going to change colors again. This is what we have so far. So we had 2 plus 1 drop down plus 2. That's the bottom of our yellow. And then I'm going to drop this. The yellow needs to go back. Uh-oh, I accidentally carried the yellow, both of the yellows through. Oh no! So now it's time to rip that out. Yikes, because we don't want to carry both through. We just want to carry the one tail so that we can pull up the other yellow. Okay, that's good. We're going to put that off to the side. My bad. It happens quite often, actually. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and get back to where we were before. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to pull that out, push this through, and we're going to bring this pink color up. But right now, the tail is laying way over here. So we're going to have to bring that up and around like this. You're going to carry it over all the way over to this stitch over here. So you're carrying it over about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which can be kind of cumbersome and weird, especially with all this other stuff happening right now. But we're just going to yarn it over. You can see it's back there. We're going to yarn it over and just pull it through. If it's too tight, pull it out just a little bit because you want to work around that as well. So we're going to be working around 1, 2, 3, 4 different stitches, or 4 different yarns. So the first stitch is a back loop only single crochet. The second is a drop down, and the rest of these are drop downs. So we're going to work into the front loop of that stitch that's 2 rows down, like that. Pull it up, yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 3. And we're doing the same for the next 3 stitches. And you see I'm working around the pink at the same time that I'm working around all of those other tails, which I believe are now about to disappear. Oops, messed up. It can be a little bit difficult to learn at first. That's why it's a little bit more of an advanced pattern. I still go through 2 of those stitches down there. Oh, my tails are all kinds of wild right now. Go figure, for the tutorial it turns out like that. And then for the last stitch we're going to do a, oh my, okay. Now I need to remedy this situation because it's a little bit annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these tails right now because it's just annoying me. So you can just cut the tails after you, and I think I'm going to take that out right there. Cut that right there. There we go. That's a fewer tails to be tussling with. Oh, now we just have the green we're carrying and the pink. Yay. Okay, so we did our 3. We still have 1 more. We're doing 1 more drop down double crochet, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet back loop only. And so there we have, now we have our 5 stitches, or 4, 5, 6 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go ahead now and pull this out. See that loop right there? Because we're going to pick the green back up. So I'm pulling that out. You can see that it turns out pretty good. And so now we're going to switch back to green. But I think I need to redo this last stitch because it's kind of bothering me. So we're going to pull this out a little bit. I'm going to put this through and pull my green back up. We're just going to drop that pink entirely. We're not using it anymore. We're doing 2 back loop only single crochets, and then we're doing our drop down green. Oh, sometimes I go through 2, sometimes it goes through 3, just when you're working really fast. So it's not really that big of a deal. Either way is fine. So now we're going to do 2 more back loop only. And then at this point, it starts the pattern over on doing the tulips again and then going back to do the pink tulip. So that's how you do it. I know it sounds very, very cumbersome, but I just leave, like I haven't cut these tails yet. I'm just going to cut these because I've already weaved them all in. Same with this one. So when you get finished, you just go through the back and you make sure you pull your tails to make sure that they're tight and through, but you can just cut them when you're done. Like that. Like this one, just cut it. Some people use a little dab of glue, but I don't like to use anything. I figure if I pull it out and it gets a little bit frayed, I can just cut it down. But glue might be nice too, and you can also weave them in if you want to. But you can see now we're just carrying. This one I'm going to weave in because that was my starting tail. That's how you change colors using multiple colors in a mosaic. That's the way I do it. If you do it different or you have any tips or tricks, leave them down below because I'd be very interested in any kind of tips and tricks, but that's just what I do. And it does turn out well. And after I finished my entire panel, I went through and I did a blocking session with it with a steam and just kind of really went at it with trying to get the little stitches loose and picking apart all the little holes that I don't like. And it turned out really great. This is a great technique. You can use it on cotton or acrylic yarn using a steam blocker. And it turns out really great, and it makes the stitches relax. It makes it look real finished. And this steam blocker you can get on Amazon, I believe, is where I got it from a while back. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy crocheting, everybody.